Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umar Rusanda Amadou. Tonight, I'm here with
Sami Wiafe.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
There are two things that I look forward to seeing happen in the 9th Parliament. One, a hospital for Parliament. Begin a conversation for a new chamber.
Yet another. Actually, the headline that I'm supposed to read for is Minority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin is proposing an MPs-only hospital among a host of other proposals for the new parliament, including a new chamber. We'll be hearing exactly the reason behind his proposal here on Eyewitness News. Also, coming up, yet another campaign launched for the fight against Galamsey by the Minister, Honorable Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boah. This one is called Blue Water Guards. Is that really the final solution to the fight against Galamsey? And later on Eyewitness News, we hear from the Otumfo Asantini Osetutu, who is proposing that those who can pay or who can afford be made to pay to sustain the free senior high school. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Financial Intelligence Center moves to strengthen anti-money laundering measures.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. In Western Region, we are in Takrady on Beach 105.5 FM and Premier 100.5 FM. In Bono Region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM. In Sunyani, we are in Ahafo Region in Gosu on Hammers Radio 106.5. In Ashanti Region, we are in Kumasi on Orange 107.9 FM. In Volta Region, we are in Kwando on Akpini Radio 96.7 and in Hohwe on Heritage 107.3 FM. In Northern Region, we are on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In Upper East, we are on Word 88.3 FM in Zuarungu. In the Upper West Region, we are on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In Northeast, we are on Eagle 94.1 FM in Wale. You can join the conversation by sending messages to 0549 986 996. That's a WhatsApp platform, 0549 986 996. Alternatively, you can go on Twitter, now known as X, look for me at Umar Rusanda or at Citi973 and send your messages by mentioning those two handles. You can use the hashtag Eyewitness News. We are also live on YouTube. Just look for Citi FM. We are live on Citi FM Online and citinewsroom.com. We are also on Facebook. You would get to see what's transpiring in the studio as you follow the news. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Be there as it happens. Sami Wiafe has our first story. Sami.
The Minority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin has proposed the establishment of a new parliamentary chamber to enhance the security of members of parliament. His proposal comes on the back of a viral video capturing a man identified as Raphael St. Williams, who appeared to be doing a live video on social media following the Member of Parliament for the Inshiaiso constituency, Dr. Stephen Amwa, in Parliament. William was criticizing the lawmaker for failing to develop his constituency. Speaking at the inauguration of the Parliamentary Service Board for the 9th Parliament, Alexander Penyo-Markin emphasized the need for a new infrastructure that reflects the importance of the security of members of Parliament.
There are two things that I look forward to seeing happen in the 9th Parliament. One, a hospital for Parliament. If it does happen, in accordance with your vision, it will be a great milestone. We are a political class. Our health issues are to be known within certain confines. Because of confidentiality and all, people travel abroad at great cost for medical support. I believe if we are able to deal with this, it will help. So, Speaker, you've also talked about security. Indeed, when I visited the House, the British Parliament, the Commons, even within the chamber, there is enhanced security. Here in the public gallery, anybody at all can throw anything at a member of parliament, and there is no security. So, Speaker, I am therefore looking forward to enhance security in the chamber, and at least to depart from this old infrastructure, though it's fit for purpose. We can begin a conversation for a new chamber befitting of the legislative arm of government.
You heard the minority leader Alexander Penyo-Markin. Meanwhile, the majority leader Mahama Yarega rejected the proposal, citing the current financial challenges in the country.
On the issue of security, I do agree that we need to rethink the way that compound is arranged, how that affects security and access to our offices and the chamber and etc. I don't think that the security issues warrant a discussion about constructing a new chamber, and that I totally reject as well. At this stage, when this country is confronted with multiple financial challenges, so that again, I totally disagree with my colleague, the minority leader, that we should be discussing the construction of a new chamber for Parliament. I believe that what we have has served us well over the years, and we can continue to do well in the facility.
You had Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga.
So this is a proposal, one, that there should be an MPs only hospital, a special one for members of parliament, and two, there should be a new chamber. The views and proposal from Minority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin. You've heard the rejection there from the Majority Leader, the Honorable Mahama Ayariga. But the issue of a new chamber for parliament has always been in the works, and in the last time that the attempt was made, it took public anger and civil society agitation to drop that chamber. We'll be talking to some persons who were part of that particular campaign in the past, what they make of the decision or the proposal now. But let's speak to a former member of parliament on the issues of security and the new chamber. Alhaji Yunus Afuseni served as member of parliament representing the people of Tamale Central for many years until he voluntarily left the house the last election. He's joined us on the line. Alhaji, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you for having me.
So there are two proposals. I don't know which one you want to take first. I guess we should do the one that has been in the news for the longest. That has to do with a new chamber for you. No, not you. You are no more there. But a new chamber. In the past, it was a proposal for 450-member chamber. I don't know if you'd agree with the vote or the proposal from Alexander Penyo-Markin that let's have a new chamber, or you would support the decision of Ayariga that because of the current economic situation, we should not even think of it?
Well, let me take my own position. My own position is that the call for a new chamber in a hospital at this crucial time of our economic state is very misplaced. Because even in 2019, when the country had not gone bankrupt, civil society had said no. That was not the time to be thinking of a new chamber, but a time to salvage the country from the economic doldrums that we're in. In fact, to make that statement now, when the country is bankrupt and under an IMF support program, it's so shocking that I don't think that should have agitated the mind of the minority leader at all. Even
though he says for security reasons, he refers or references the member of parliament who was accosted by someone holding a mobile phone who the honorable member, thought was being verbally abusive. He thinks that because of that and other security issues, get a new chamber, protect MPs.
Well, A new chamber doesn't protect MPs, does it? And in any case, since the days that I entered Parliament to today, there have been massive improvement in the security situation of Parliament. I recall, Sanda, you were reporting from Parliament. You can see that scanners have been installed at both gates of Parliament to prevent people from entering the house without first being scanned. When we went to Parliament, there was nothing like that. So clearly there have been improvements. And the further improvement and continuous improvement on the building of Parliament to ensure that it serves the purpose for which it is being used currently. Yes, I mean, if the situation improves, one can think of a permanent place for Parliament, because where Parliament is operating now is not the House of Parliament. I mean, it was intended for conferences to host African leaders and major conferences in Ghana. Where the Parliament's place is the old Parliament House, but that again has gone into disuse and has been so dilapidated that it cannot even seat the 276 members of Parliament that we currently have. And so maybe in future, when our situation improves, where we can balance our budget and make savings, where the country is prosperous, and then we can afford to spend money on sectors, then we can be thinking about a new chamber. And for a hospital, I have said that we should not even be considering that now. Because, you see, you have rich hospitals. A lot of investment has gone into rich hospitals. I've argued in the past, and I'm arguing same now, that it takes you less than 15 minutes to take a patient from Parliament to the rich hospital. Less than 15 minutes. If you are looking at the Smith Hospital, maybe 20, 25 minutes. If you are looking at the Bank of Ghana Hospital, they are all close by. If you are looking at the University of Ghana Medical School, at most 30 minutes you are going to be there. And so what is it that those hospitals can... The minority leader is suggesting that we should still continue on the path of recklessness and wasteful expenditure. When we have top hospitals just dotted around the Parliament House.
Very well. So there should be no idea of a hospital, the chamber bit, it should not even come up now. Does it mean that in the future, if we make money, we should think of it?
Well, in the future, the population will increase. In the future, maybe there will be more representation in Parliament.
There's a view that let's not expand the constituencies any further. So that will not...
I was coming to that. That was going to be my conclusive statement. Because it is Afenyo Markin who argued vociferously that we should reduce the number of members of Parliament in the last Parliament. He said that in Parliament. He said that at the Faculty of Law week at Jimpa. I mean, the Jimpa. Yes, I was there. He said that. And so what has changed? Just in the last Parliament, that was his argument, that it appeared to him that the number of members of Parliament was on the increase, and that Ghana's population did not warrant that we should have that number of members of Parliament. What has changed?
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Alhaji Yunusa Fuseni. He is former member of Parliament for Tamale Central. He was Minister for Lands, Minister for Roads and Highways. We'll be hearing from members of the Drop the Chamber campaign. But before then, let me take you to the Jubilee House. President Mahama, you do know, nominated 3 persons to head prison service, fire service, and the immigration service. He's swearing them in now at the Jubilee House. He's there with the Vice President, Professor Nana Jinopokwajiman, as well as members of his core members of his government. Let's cross over to the Jubilee House and listen to the President, John Dramani Mahama.
Presenting the instrument of office. The fire service and the immigration are a bit different. They are supposed to be appointed in consultation with their governing councils. And so the president can appoint them as acting, and when the governing councils are established, they will approve that appointment. And after that, we can present them with their instruments of office and officially swear them in. So congratulations to all the same. You are acting, and we'll call you both here again and officially swear you in like we've done to the Director General of the Prison Service. So Your Excellency the Vice President, the Chief of Staff, senior staff of the Presidency, Honorable Ministers of State, members of the Council of State, distinguished members of the Security Services, senior officers of the Ghana Prison Services, senior officers of the Ghana Immigration Service, and senior officers of the Ghana National Fire Service, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. The true strength of any nation is not measured solely by its economy or the efficiency of its institutions, but also by the security and safety of its citizens. A just and orderly society thrives when its security agencies function with excellence, fairness, and a commitment to both enforcement and reform. Indeed, strong in their mission to protect lives, to uphold justice, rehabilitation, and maintain public safety and order. It is therefore my honor and solemn duty to swear in the new leadership of the Ghana Prison Service and to officially announce the appointment of the Chief Fire Officer and the Controller General of the Ghana Immigration Service. Their leadership will not only shape the effectiveness of these institutions, but also reinforce our collective vision of a safer, fairer, and more resilient Ghana. Our security agencies are not just enforcers of the law, they are protectors of human dignity, they are facilitators of Leadership within our security services is therefore a position of immense responsibility. It requires courage, discipline, respect for human dignity, and a deep commitment to service. Those entrusted with this duty must ensure that our institutions do not only enforce the laws, but also embody fairness, professionalism, and integrity. The officer we've sworn in today and those we have appointed into acting positions are not newcomers to their respective agencies. They are seasoned professionals with years of experience, unwavering dedication, and a thorough understanding of the institutions they have now been appointed to head. Through their years of service, they have demonstrated exceptional commitment, discipline, and the ability to sail through complex security and public safety challenges. Their track records speak for themselves, and I have every confidence that they will bring visionary leadership, innovative thinking, and a renewed sense of purpose to their roles. As you assume these high offices, I trust that you will build on past successes and implement much-needed reforms, but also inspire those under your command to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and integrity. In recent years, there's been a concerning rise in fire incidents nationwide. Homes have been reduced to rubble, businesses have been devastated, and essential infrastructure severely damaged. Families have lost their livelihoods, and in some heartbreaking instances, lives have been tragically cut short. Families have lost their livelihoods, and in some heartbreaking instances, lives have been tragically cut short. These fires not only inflict significant personal and economic suffering, but also place immense pressure on our emergency response systems. Last year alone, 6,436 fire incidents were recorded, underscoring the urgent need for a fire service that is well-equipped, proactive, and responsive. And therefore, the Acting Chief Fire Officer, Daniela Mausim Tosapong. As Chief Fire Officer, your leadership must focus on prevention through public education, emergency response readiness, and strict enforcement of fire safety regulations. Fire audits must be effective and safety laws enforced without compromise. You have my full assurance that this administration will provide every necessary resource to ensure that the Ghana Fire Service is well equipped to protect lives and property. As indicated, I know the fire service have been crying for that for a long time. As indicated in the 2025 budget, all essential projects will be completed and officer welfare will remain a priority. For our new Director General of Prisons, Patience Bafuboni, your appointment comes at a time when we're committed to modernizing our correctional system. Prisons should not merely be a place of confinement, but institutions for transforming criminals. True justice is not only about punishing wrongdoing, but also about offering a path to redemption. That is why the introduction of the prison service parole regulations, which will soon be laid before Parliament, marks a bold step in ensuring that individuals who have demonstrated genuine rehabilitation are given a second chance to reintegrate into society as responsible citizens. To further reduce deviance, rehabilitation programs must be strengthened with expanded education, skills training, and counseling to equip inmates with the tools to rebuild their lives when they come back into society. Overcrowding remains a major challenge in our prison service, and my administration will intensify efforts to implement alternative sentencing methods to ease the pressure on our prison facilities. At the same time, the prison service must embrace modernization with digital record keeping and enhanced security measures to ensure effective management. The responsibility falls on you, Mrs. Bafuboni, to lead the charge in transforming our prisons into true centers of reformation, not just centers of incarceration. You have my full support in this mission. For our new Controller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, Samuel Basintale Amadu, you inherit a critical responsibility in securing our borders and protecting our national interest. I charge you to intensify intelligence operations and work closely with other law enforcement agencies to dismantle human smuggling networks. Surveillance at all entry and exit points must be strengthened and modernized to detect and prevent illegal activity. Under your leadership, the Immigration Service must accelerate the digitalization of visa processing, permit issuance, and border monitoring to enhance efficiency and security. Additionally, I expect you to deepen interagency collaboration to ensure a coordinated and aggressive crackdown on transnational crimes, particularly drug trafficking. My administration stands fully behind you and will provide the necessary resources to empower the immigration services. I urge you to lead with vigilance, professionalism, and a firm commitment to ensuring our national security. To the gallant officers of the Ghana Prison Service, the Ghana Immigration Service, and the Ghana National Fire Service, you are the backbone of our nation's security, the guardians who stand firm in the face of danger. Your dedication keeps our people safe, keeps our borders secure, and our communities protected. Ghana is grateful for your sacrifice, and my administration will continue to support you in carrying out your duties with dignity and excellence. I urge you to fully comply with your new heads in your continued service to the nation. To the outgoing heads of the Ghana National Fire Service, the Prison Service, and the Immigration Service, who I have already met personally, I have extended my sincere appreciation for their years of service. They have led their institutions with commitment and played a vital role in strengthening the institutions that they have led. I therefore again, on behalf of the people of Ghana, thank them and wish them well in their next endeavors. To you who have just taken up the mantle, the task ahead is great, but so is the opportunity to lead with integrity and purpose. Uphold the law, inspire your officers, and work tirelessly to strengthen the institutions that you now command. Ghana counts on you, and you have my full support in this mission. May your leadership bring progress, may your service bring honor, and may God bless our security services and our beloved nation, Ghana. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Please, can we give Mr. President another round of applause, please? May I now invite Madam Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, in the person of Mrs. Patience Bafuboni, to give us a brief remark. A round of applause, please.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Vice President, and His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni, the Chief of Staff, the Ministers of State, senior government officials, directors from the Ghana Prison Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the Immigration Service, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media. I stand before you today, elated but humbled, on behalf of my colleagues, to say that we are grateful for the appointments made by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. This we consider as a significant honor and responsibility, and I am deeply thankful for the trust and confidence reposed in us. I wish to express our heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency, the President, for this remarkable opportunity to serve our nation in these capacities as Director General of Prisons and acting heads of Ghana National Fire Service and the Immigration Service. This government's vision for the progressive and humane prison system inspires us all, and I am committed to working tirelessly to realize this vision and to lead the next phase of modernization and transformation of the Ghana Prison Service, just like my other colleagues from the Ghana National Fire Service and the Immigration Service. Your Excellency, we bring to this road decades of experiences spanning different roles from the very bottom of the hierarchy as operational, prisons, Ghana National Service and immigration officers, all the way into the management, and so have followed the evolvement of the strategic directions of the services we all lead or act as heads. These experiences makes us fully aware of the efforts that have been invested so far to enable the services attain world-class standards in our service delivery. And especially for us in the Ghana Prison Service, we are also very much aware of the unique challenges facing correctional services in our part of the world. And your exceptional passion for the forgotten behind bars. In 2011, your government increased the inmate feeding rate to the current 1 cedi 80 pesewas. And you also are on record for being the first and only sitting president who took time off your busy schedule to visit the prisoners at the Insawam medium security place. And sir, on this august occasion, I bring you greetings from the inmates all over the country. And they are hopeful that with the initial experience and the vision of the government today, every promise mentioned here will surely come true. And on that score, we applaud you. Your Excellency, the security agencies whose heads are before you today are what we have described as orphaned institutions. And we are orphaned because whenever it comes to the distribution of the national party, it looks like it comes to us when everything is almost finished in the party. And on this special occasion, we believe in the assurance that you have given us. For us in the Ghana Prison Service, we are here to lend our support to the government and also assure the government that in addition to modernization and reformation, we want to place agric as our priority. Agric as our priority and to contribute wholly to the food basket and therefore the food security of this nation. And we hope to do this by taking advantage of the many packages that we've made available in the agric, and with particular support to Ghana Prison Service, which we want fenced so that it doesn't mix with our usual budget, and then we move strictly to the agric issues that we have. Your Excellency, we are also here to assure you that beyond our mandate of keeping the inmates, we are ready to convert all the skills and services we provide into commercial ventures to make us relevant in the fiscal space of this country. A year by this time, we assure you that we will not only be producing food to support ourselves, but also be contributing realistically to the budgetary allocations that we need to support the nation. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to acknowledge the leadership and individual contributions of the immediate past directors and chief fire officers of fire and then the head of immigration services. Your efforts have set the service on the path of transformation, and we assure you of our commitment to build on your legacies and make the services better. To the men and women of the Ghana Prison Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the immigration services, we are delighted to lead the team from this point. We promise to be inclusive in all our deliberations, and we also assure you that we will tirelessly ensure that every officer is well trained, well equipped, and well motivated to discharge their duties with integrity and excellence. Mr. President, Your Excellency, we will continue to prioritize the welfare of every officer. As the saying goes, a motivated officer is an effective officer. I am therefore counting on your dedication to duty, professionalism, and commitment to our core values, and to ensure that we deliver excellently in all three services. To our families and associates, we appreciate your support over the years. To our dear children and other relatives who are here before us, we acknowledge the sacrifices you have made over the course of our career. And to our spouses, and especially my spouse, Justice Paul Bafuboni, I say that I really appreciate all the support you have given me over the years. And so is the case of our other sister and brother. Your Excellency, we are deeply honored to take these appointments and appreciate the opportunity. We look forward to working with all stakeholders to create the systems that you wish to see under your tenure. Mr. President, we also want to finally assure you that we will deliver to the best of our abilities. Thank you very much for the.
Thank you very much, Madam Director General. Oh, please, a round of applause. Thank you, Madam, for appreciating all of us here in gathered. May I now invite Madam Director General to be joined by her immediate family to take a photograph with His Excellency the President and Madam.
So that's the Director of Protocol at the Jubilee House. Earlier you heard Mrs. Bafuboni, the new head of the prison service, who spoke on behalf of her colleague heads for the immigration service and the fire service, who have just been moments ago sworn in by President John Dramani Mahama at the Jubilee House. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi. When we take a break, we'll come back with more. Please stay with us.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Football's magic never fades, even from the couch. The sound of halftime banter replays at the touch of a button. Sharing with my chosen crew, pure game magic. It's like I'm there, but with a better view from the comfort of my home. Priceless. From the March 3rd to April 30th, pay with your MasterCard, online or in-store, and stand a chance to win a unique priceless viewing experience of the UEFA Champions
region. For weeks, residents of the Ashanti region have raised concerns over the unstable power supply, which continues to disrupt commercial and domestic activities. Dr. Makoni noted that he's been inundated with calls from residents urging him to intervene.
Communication is part of the work. So if there is a challenge, let us know so that we can help you to be able to resolve it. Formally, they've not been complaining about any problems. And I'm thankful that you are letting us know that it's been as far back as December they were shedding over 750 megawatts of power. I think that if this is known to the public and they are aware of the steps we are taking to resolve the same, they will be understanding so far as the issues are concerned, so that they will know what is ahead of us and how we are working to make sure we resolve same. Yesterday was epic because it was almost all over the districts and municipalities. So I had a lot of complaints from most of the communities. In some instances, it goes off a minute and after 5 minutes or 3 minutes, it comes back on. And that aspect actually damages a lot of the electrical appliances.
You heard the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene. The growing concerns over the unstable power supply in the region has prompted the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor, to visit the Ashanti region and engage key stakeholders in the power sector to find a solution.
Gridco is injecting some major transformers to stabilize the power supply. ECG is also doing some major works, and then we expect that the power supply situation in Kumasi and its environs and Ashanti region in general should see significant improvement. But as sector minister, I thought it's only proper that I come here myself to inspect for myself and to see for myself the extent of work, what is being done, and what we can do to improve the situation in the Ashanti region. And so let me assure the people of Ashanti region that yes, we inherited a very weak power system. We inherited a power system that was shedding about 750 megawatts as of December, but we are determined to stabilize the power situation.
You are the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor.
And he was speaking in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. Dr. Kingsley Nyako is one of the many members of parliament from the region. He represents the people of Kwada, so he's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm well. How bad is the power situation in your region and in the second biggest city in Ghana?
Yeah, so let me say a very good evening to your revered listeners. I know the situation is very dire, it's very precarious, and I'm happy that the minister himself took the opportunity to visit the region. Last week, a question was asked of him by the honorable member for Swami. And the minister, in response, told us that reports he is getting from the region suggest that the situation is under control. But we told him that that is not a true reflection of what we are experiencing in the region. And he promised to visit the region himself. And I'm happy that he went there and he has seen that the situation is not as he was told. My consolation is that he is saying that his outfit will do everything possible to ensure that the situation returns to normalcy. Before 7th January of this year, we didn't have that challenge in the region. I heard him say that this government inherited a very bad situation. I wonder, because the minister has told us on countless number of occasions that we are able to export power to neighboring countries. If we're able to export power to neighboring countries, then why are we going through this situation? It tells me that we have enough capacity. We have enough capacity to export. So this situation is unacceptable. We are pleading with him to hasten efforts to ensure that the people in the Ashanti region and in Kumasi enjoy stable and reliable power supplies so that they will continue to do their businesses and live in comfort and not in fear. They thought I will tell my very good friend, the Minister for Energy, Honorable John Jinapor, he has to do more. In fact, the complaints and the lamentations are becoming one too many. We've gotten power to solve our problems. We've gotten power to meet our needs and aspirations. This is not the time to lament and to whine and to complain. It's the time to work. The minister and the government must work. The people of Kumasi, the Ashanti region, deserve better. That is why I had the opportunity to lead that ministry.
It's interesting you said that, and talking about capacity. I recall a year ago, so the Akufo-Addo government moved a lot of power plants, at least one of them, to the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. That was supposed to deal with power situation in the middle belt. what went wrong? Is it the case that we have the capacity but there's no production happening? Is there a finance issue? Do we know?
My suspicion is that when it came to answer the question last week, my suspicion was financial, but he didn't talk about financial. He told us that demand has exceeded supply and that there were some technical issues that might be dealt with. Okay? So if you have enough capacity to begin export, and we are going through this precarious, debilitating situation, that tells me that there's something that is hidden that we are not aware of. I suspect that it is financial. But if he's saying that it's not financial, and he knows the problem, then the problem has to be faced. You go and pay the budget. And, for me, it is worrying that you put a certain gloomy picture about the economy, but also the evidence doesn't support, the gloomy picture you put about the economy. An economy that was able to produce reliable power supply before 6 January 2025, and all of a sudden things have become so dire and bad. This is ironic. Okay, an economy that is able to pay salaries of government workers, an economy that is able to produce some infrastructure projects, an economy that is able to give 10% base pay rise to government workers and describe this economy as bad and being run down. This is part of the truth. Okay, so those of us who are Ashanti region, and no, it is not only in Ashanti region that is going through this challenge. Even in Greater Accra, yes, we are experiencing occasional erratic power supply. That is a fact. So the issue goes beyond what my very good friend, the minister, sent us. But I've been with him on some committees, and I know that John is capable. We want him to translate his capability in facing their problem. That's it.
Very well.
At least they inherited a stable power supply in the Ashanti region and the country. What has changed?
Very well.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Doc.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
That's Honorable Dr. Kingsley Nyako. He is NPP Member of Parliament for Kwada. So this is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Sami.
Stories now. The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, in collaboration with other stakeholders, have intercepted a container of opioid drug value at 20 million cedis at the Tema port. Citi News understand the shipment comprising over 700 cartons of opioids was destined for Niger. Addressing the press at the Tema port, the Minister for Health, Kwabena Minta Kando, says the government is working to prevent the use of Ghana's port as a transit point for such drugs.
We have the full support of His Excellency, the President. Number one, per our rules and regulations, per our laws, there are only 2 areas, designated areas, for the imports and export of medication or drugs, if you like. Tema Port and the Kotoka International Airport. Drugs are not imported through our land borders. And therefore, I encourage all the stakeholders, all our security agencies, to confiscate any drugs, even if it is paracetamol, and it's going through our land borders. And the President has also committed that he is going to provide all the logistics it takes for us to effectively fight the influx of opioids in this country. So the law is clear. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. In fact, we are also looking at tightening our regulations regarding transit goods, because usually they hide behind transit goods.
He, however, assured that diplomatic engagement will take place between Ghana and Niger to ensure that intercontinental trade is not disrupted.
Last night, I was in talks with the minister responsible for foreign affairs. We are contacting the Niger government to know whether or not they have okayed such a consignment. Even if they have, we will not allow our ports to be a transit point for illegal or unauthorized drugs. We will take safe custody of the consignment we have impounded, and we will swiftly move to court for order for its proper disposal. will include all agencies. And you agree with me that this fight is multi-sectorial. The NACOC on board, FDA, customs, everybody. And anybody who will find himself in this particular issue or matter, we will deal with the person. I've asked the whereabouts of the exporters or the importers, and very soon I'll be updated on their current status. And so we want to encourage all of you, the public, to give us the information as and when you pick them. Without information, there's less we can do.
You are the Minister of Health, Kwamna Minta Akando. Let's do education. And Asante 2472, the second has called for a review of the free SHS policy, suggesting that families who can afford it should contribute, allowing government resources to support students in genuine need. Speaking during a courtesy call on him by the Education Minister, Haruna Idris Otunfo proposed a mixture support system similar to the practice where bursaries were awarded to needy but deserving students, while those who could afford it were asked to pay.
Beza no who say we no ntwintwa na de ama school administration here ko na beza na de ama no no so ko nti sa bre de mo kan na ne wo ho na mo na mo de brofo na atoto ho yo mo me enfini na na nye kama na yo wo say empire ne be bo ama no o ko trade and industry mi huni communication mi huni yo wo ye bi o me huni nya yo na so o me ma me hu se ade otimi aye ma fe de bibia ye kama yo na humbrase de Citi sa nya baswasa mo bi reinforce no fanya man ne on pray no any mo no wa mo yo.
You heard the Asantini Otunfo Osetu. Basically, this is what Asantini is saying. It says those who can afford to pay should be given the options to do so. If someone has the means, let them pay. In the past, bursaries identified bright but needy students and awarded them scholarship, whilst those who could afford were asked to do so. Although the free SHS policy has been implemented, if a dialogue reveals that it's causing students to frequently go home due to food shortages, then it is not serving its purpose. Dormitories are overcrowded and many schools lack science and ICT labs. In some cases, PTAs step in to provide support. The absence of school buses and food shortage must also be addressed. Let's stay with education, because the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has assured students of the Laboni Senior High School of government intervention following a fire outbreak that swept through the girls' dormitory on Sunday. The fire, which started around midday, completely destroyed one dormitory and partially damaged two others, leaving students stranded. During a visit to assess the extent of damage, the minister announced plans by government to construct a new dormitory for the girls.
Our first official activity and engagement will be to empathize with you and to give you assurances that government will urgently and expeditiously come to your aid and support. Over the weekend, I had the privilege to be with Otunfo in Kumasi. My attention was drawn to a similar incident attributable to rainstorm. We know and how distressing that can be for you. I've asked a team to move in quickly, make an assessment, and government will do what is needful and appropriate. So be assured that in a matter of days, some intervention will come to see the refitting of the girls' dormitory.
You heard Education Minister Haruna Idrisu. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll do business.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say Ebisa Musemo or gas. Afedia gas saba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with akple, Tozafi with ayoyo soup, kokonte, apopranta, rare quine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558 9.
Tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558 973 973 or 0205 973 973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. The Financial Intelligence Center is stepping up efforts to combat illicit financial activities, including money laundering and terrorism financing, to safeguard the country from being blacklisted again. While Ghana was removed from the Financial Action Task Force Grey List in June 2021, the center warns that sustained vigilance is needed to prevent a relapse. Speaking to the media on Ghana's third mutual assessment under the ECOWAS Inter-Government Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, Chief Executive Officer of the Center, Albert Kojo-Chumbuafo, says these measures are critical for maintaining confidence in Ghana's financial system.
What is being done for us in Ghana right now is a mutual assessment, the third mutual assessment, which is more like a peer-to-peer review. So they are here for a pre-assessment meeting or operation, if you will, to ensure that Ghana is going to be on the straight and narrow so that we are past fit for purpose. I'm sure you are all aware that President Mahama's pivot is a 24-hour economy which will enhance the living of Ghanaians. And to do that, he needs confidence in the finance sector in this country. Without that confidence, the 24-hour economy project in and of itself is dead on arrival. So what we are here to do is to make sure that Ghana is not grey listed and to make sure that we buffet any or winds of illicit money that are being, sent to Ghana. Now, what we should all understand is that the criminals never stop operating.
You heard the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Crime Center, Albert Kojo-Chumbuafo. Now, the Director General of GIABA, Edwin Harris, emphasized the need for collaborative effort among financial institutions and international partners, which he says will help address this issue of money laundering.
The issue of money laundering, terrorist financing in our region is a challenge. However, GIABA, a member state, is working assiduously, to combat this illicit or crime. Like he stated, I want to re-emphasize, money laundering and all transnational crime remain a serious challenge for investment, economic growth, and the single problem that affects our region today, youth unemployment. If we will attain these things, then we must all collectively work together to fight money laundering and terrorist financing. What is the collective the status in West Africa? We just ended the second round of mutual evaluation or peer-to-peer review, where we look in your books and see whether the laws are in conformity with the FATF recommendation and whether or not you do not only have laws, but you are also implementing the laws you made. So during the second round of mutual evaluation, generally, Java member states did well, including Ghana, on what we refer to as technical compliance. That means most of our laws were in compliance with the FATF 40 recommendation. However, when it came to effectiveness, implementing the law, okay, there were huge gaps. Most of our country, okay, did not do well.
Edwin Harris is the Director General of GIABA. To some other stories, and Deloitte Ghana has attributed the failure of successive government policies to the absence of strong financial structure strategies. Citing the new government proposed Women's Bank, the firm noted that while such initiatives are commendable, they should leverage on existing institutions like the Development Bank Ghana to maximize impact and sustainability. Speaking at the firm's economic dialogue on the 2025 budget in Accra, Yao Apialate, partner financial advisory, stressed
have proper financing structure to support these policies, and I'll pick one or two examples. The first one is the Women's Bank. We have a development bank that has already started operations. We can leverage expertise of the development bank to ride or build on the business or Women's Bank. We've had institutions like Maslock, which hasn't really performed or didn't really perform. And so the reason is we should not create these institutions as avenue for people to get jobs, but we should allow them to ride on existing institutions to build their work. The other thing is also the social policies. We should have proper financing structure for our policies and initiatives. We have free sanitary, Mahama cares, etc., etc. If we are just giving this as freebies without proper financing, we will go to the same cycle where a lot of freebies were handled to us, and then we had to use taxes to pay for them.
Yawapia Lati is with Deloitte Ghana. On his part, the presidential advisor on the economy, Sir Tekwe, said reaffirmed the government's commitment to eliminating inefficiencies in tax administration, ensuring a more simplified and business-friendly system.
We have major taxes and minor taxes. That is the essence of the tax rationalization. Your major taxes are income tax, general for anybody who earns income, profits, employment, or whatever. Your major expenditure tax is supposed to be VAT. You consume, you pay, unless, of course, there are exemptions for, some very solid regions. Then you have your excise duty, which is also major, but which is the same tax, and it affects only specific commodities, petroleum, alcohol, tobacco, and others. That's environmental. And then the final one is the import duty, which is protective. Now, no matter the number of levies you introduce, right, you are only mimicking any of these four. Temporary import duty is mimicking import duty, right? COVID levy is either on imports or on, consumption and duplicative.
Seth Tekpe. Auditing and accounting firm KPMG is urging government to reinstate tax amnesty to encourage defaulting taxpayers to comply and expand the tax base. With the government scrapping e-levy and betting tax, it has cut the tax refund ceiling from 6% to 4% to offset revenue losses. Commenting on the budget, Kofi Frimpong, partner of tax at KPMG, says reviving tax amnesty will bring more taxpayers on board and strengthen domestic revenue mobilization.
The tax amnesty mostly pushes people to come forward to go through those processes, because they know that maybe because there's an amnesty associated with it, if I come forward to disclose my portion, I can either get my refund or I can be made to pay the tax I owe without any penal measures. So it's a combination of all factors. Government should ensure that they are not staffing the revenue authority in paying the taxes that are due taxpayers, because that in itself will then make people go under the radar. But if they open it up, taxpayers will know that no, even if I overpay, there's a tendency for the government or the revenue authority to pay me back my money. And that is also to ensure some confidence in the tax system. So that's what I would recommend.
He also urged the government to leverage on technology to tax online businesses, a move he says will overburden existing taxpayers.
I would say that we need to find a way. Currently, if I can tell you that less than 2 million of Ghanaians are paying taxes out of the over 30-something million. And these are only those of us who are over 30-something million. And these are only those of us who are working in the mainstream Ghanaian. So I think the focus should be on the informal sector. And I can tell majority of us are in the informal sector. That is where I believe that the government needs to focus attention on, the informal sector. And then here, the issue of technology comes in. We need to ride on technology to get to know the people who are in the informal sector. And we can do it. Look, I know a number of my colleagues.
For Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, I am Sami Wiafe. Up next is Point Blank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Gugomi, and what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. Protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Tozafi with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apopransa, Rare Quine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Omar Sandamadi. Tonight on Point Blank, we are talking about illegal mining known as Galamsey. Restoring polluted water resources. As part of the initiative, we opened a 4-day training for the first batch of 460 Blue Water Guards. The Blue Water Guards are to provide round-the-clock monitoring to prevent further devastation of water bodies. The minister, Emmanuel Makofi-Boa, stated that the Blue Water Guards will serve as vigilant stewards protecting the country's water resources from harmful effects of illegal mining activities. Let's listen to him.
What we are about to do today is very, very important. We've been endowed with a lot of resources, and we have laid out laws and guidelines on how to mine for gold. And government is prepared to support every Ghanaian who is prepared to mine for gold, to do it in a very legal, environmentally sustainable manner. But what we are facing is the environmental challenges that are confronting us, that are stark and irrefutable. Our once thriving forests and water bodies, who should be vibrant symbols of our national pride and prosperity, are under unprecedented siege. The small-scale mining sector, which holds tremendous potential for a sustainable economic growth, is instead marred by rampant illegalities, impairing the very foundation of our society. The repercussions are far-reaching and devastating. Toxic rivers, vanishing biodiversity, food shortages, climate disruptions, and crippling public health. And at the heart of this initiative lies the Blue Water Guards program, which aims to train, this year alone, 2,000 dedicated individuals across the country to protect our valuable water bodies. Water guards will serve as the frontline defenders of our rivers, ensuring that our water resources remain a source of life, livelihood, prosperity for generations to come. The responsibilities of the Blue Water Guards are paramount in the fight against illegal mining, especially for our water bodies. And the focus will be monitoring river health. They will identify areas of concern and report illegal activities for timely intervention. They will help our established institutions to fight and prevent pollution. Collaborating with our community, they will work hand in hand with local communities, traditional authorities, and stakeholders to ensure the success of these vital initiatives. Let us reflect on the alarming turbidity levels of our river, which have surged to an unprecedented level. And now, since I assumed office as minister, I have taken very major steps to get the people of Ghana understand how serious this crisis are. Understand how serious this crisis are. I've gone to traditional authorities, I've visited members of parliament, I've visited key stakeholders, including media, to let us understand that this fight is not going to be a fight for the Ministry of Lands or Natural Resources or the Ministry of Environment. It's going to be a collective fight for our future survival, future water bodies, and safeguard our environment, fulfilling our commitment made within the first 120 days of this administration. And I'm proud that with this launch today, this journey on the Blue Water Initiative is on. Today we mark a major milestone with the official launch of the Blue Water Initiative, heralding the commencement of a rigorous training program of over 400 dedicated water guards. We call Blue Water Guards. These courageous and patriotic individuals will form the vanguard of our efforts to protect Ghana's invaluable water resources. And now, if you note, These are courageous young people have been recruited along all these areas where our major river systems are. This training is not ending here. In collaboration with the Navy, we are moving to other regions, the Western North, Ashanti, and all the other areas where our major rivers are at threat, to make sure we can have vanguards, as I say, in the spirit of the old young pioneer, that you are going to die and save your country. And I see the dedication in your eyes, and I'm very convinced you will do that job. The beginning of a far-reaching and multifaceted effort to safeguard our environment, promote sustainable practices, ensure a thriving legacy of generations. And let me take the liberties to say that you will see that in the coming week, President Mahama will take steps to also tackle the issues of our forests by launching a major initiative in the coming week, the Tree for Life. We are also in the coming week going to announce major revisions on how we give mining licenses. For landowners who are our chiefs and custodians in the process of licensing. And in concluding, it is my singular honor to formally declare the Blue Water Initiative duly launched and proudly unveil the training of our inaugural 400 water guards, blue water guards, who spearhead this noble national exercise. To our newly recruited blue water guards, I extend my warmest congratulations. Your commitment to safeguarding our nation's ecological heritage embodies the spirit of our forebears, who selflessly defended our motherland. Yes, this is a great job. This is an opportunity for a job, but it's just not, it's more than a job. And this is important, let me emphasize this. We are creating a very important job for you. And thanks to the Minerals Commission's collaboration, the benefits you are going to get will be very, very attractive. But what we are charging you to do is simply more than a job. You are the first responders in the fight to save the soul of our country. I'm confident that you will discharge your duties with unyielding dedication, tact, discipline, and uncompromising integrity, upholding the trust reposed in you. May our collective efforts be crowned with success, and may future generations inherit a healthier, more sustainable Ghana. I thank you. May God bless our beloved Ghana as we embark on this.
Now, the forefront of fighting against illegal mining. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. What do you make of this? Blue water guards, another new approach. We've seen the, is it robots? No, the thing that they fly. The drones. We've seen the drones. We've seen the boots. Now we are seeing water guards. I don't know. What do you make of it?
Omaro, please, just go back onto Citi FM's website. Go and check July 27th, 2022. Government deploys speedboats, river guards to tackle galamsey. If you will find on. I don't want you to leave your website. Just go on your website. I
remember that story. Yes.
The 87. There was a point where we were told that 87 water guards have been, unleashed. So this one, it is not new. So it's. I think that for me, the only novel thing about it, we met the minister the last week Friday. Let me put it on record that this minister, indicates not only in talk but in his action that he really wants to fight this particular canker. But the canker we are dealing with, Umaru, it's a war. A situation where 9 of your forest reserves, the minister was in Parliament. An area, what they call it, a house of records, to state that 9 of the territories of this country were outside the control of, the state actors. It's now taking his effort for him to be able to reclaim 4 of that. And majority of these armed militia that are in those places are foreigners. And if that is not war, I don't know what that is. And so for me, this is a nice to have. Is this the things that we need to do immediately? I would say no. We've done this water guard things and we've did it in the past. And again, the difference is down there's 2,000 that they are going to deploy. 460 is what they have deployed now. What training has been given to these people? How long have these people been trained? You have had situations where even the armed, it is something that you will do after you have reclaimed these water bodies. It is something that you will do after the forest reserves that you have lost to these armed militias, you have dealt with it. Then you can bring these people now, to come and support what you have done.
What I see the minister says that they're going to provide round-the-clock monitoring. So perhaps it's supposed to prevent further distraction, no?
But yes, that's true. Again, but before you get to do that, Omar, you on Citi FM, there was an interview that was done with the Water Resources Commission where they then said they were prevented from being able to get onto these spaces. So I say that the Blue Initiative is a good one to have. But when you are in the situation of a war, you don't then go and start using these things that you need in peace times for war times. So what you need to do is to reclaim those water bodies. And the reason why for us, the state of emergency is important. Because some of these people that we're talking about, not only on the river bodies, but in the forest reserves, where there are foreigners who are coming here, what we should be meeting these people with is fire. You know that Akwesi, your colleague, he was beaten, and attacked in the presence of the police. You know that the reason why the police could not save him at that time and save his equipment, because the police were outgunned and outnumbered. So if you have to deal with situations such as that, you fly sorties by the airport, and if you have to shoot because these people are also armed, you shoot. But when these water guards, what are they going to give them? Appoints or what? What are they going to give them to fight?
They're just supposed to monitor. Maybe they are just supposed to do kokonsa. Let's wait and see the deployment and see what they will be doing.
No, but Omar, so I said the minister has some interesting plans laid up. But you see,
Ghana Armed Forces. Let me read for you a statement issued by Felix Kwachofosu, Member of Parliament, spokesperson to the President and Minister in charge of Government Communications. It says, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, has made changes in the command of the Ghana Armed Forces. The President has appointed the following as acting service chiefs for the Ghana Armed Forces, pending consultation with the Council of State. 1. Acting Chief of Defense Staff, Brigadier General William Ejepong. 2. Acting Chief of Army Staff, Brigadier General Lawrence Kweku Gbetanu. 3. Acting Chief of Naval Staff, Commodore Godwin Livinus Bessin. 4. Acting Chief of Air Staff, Air Commodore Eric Ajin Frimpong. And 5. Acting Chief of Staff, Brigadier General Glover Ashon Annan. The appointment takes effect from March 24, 2025. The President this afternoon met with the outgoing service chiefs led by the Chief of Defense Staff General Thomas Opompepra at the Flagstaff House. Mr. Mahama thanked them for their dedicated service to the nation and assured them of his willingness to rely on their varied experience and depth of knowledge to reset Ghana. And this is a statement from the presidency. Tonight, that's how we end to the edition of Eyewitness News, which came to you from our studios in Accra. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadou. I did this tonight with Sami Uyafi. Production by Kwabena Wilson, Beverly London, and Sami Uyafi. With support from Juliana Asari Obing and Manuel Ayama. Technical support from Daniel Kwashi. New media support from Emmanuel Owusu with the new media team. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. It's a Monday, so I'll leave you in the hands of Samuel Atamens who brings you Footprint. Good night.
94, 95, 96, 97.3 City FM. It doesn't get any better than that.